What the hell? Random 80s quality cutscene? Okay. Sup? Can I help you? Um, how do I escape this? What just happened? Oh, the time thing. Okay, so I am aware of the time mechanic in this game, where you hit the past or future button, and then if you go fast enough, it takes you to the past or future of that level. But I really don't get how that works. Like, why you do that, how that... Oh. Like, does that change the ending? Do you need to do that to progress in certain parts of the stage? I don't get what the point of that is. Oh god, the music. I don't want to specifically refer to Sonic.exe, because I know that music has been used in .exe games, but that music in general, official or fan game, that music is so goddamn terrifying. Also, I'm sorry. What the hell is this Eggman side-facing sprite? What is this Eggman face sprite? What on earth? Oi. I'm hitting you. What is nothing happening? So, here's a question. Are there multiple Metal Sonics? Or just one, like as an individual character? Like, yeah, I know there's Mecha Sonic and Silver Sonic and all that, and like all the different variations from Sonic 1 and 2. But in terms of the character that is called Metal Sonic, the one with 3 blue quills and the black eyes, the one that we all know as Metal Sonic, is there more than one of him? Because I'm pretty sure he died at the end of Sonic Heroes. And I'm pretty sure Eggman has stated in multiple games that he like, oh, the new model of Metal Sonic, or watches how I rebuilt Metal Sonic. But then in other things, they treat it like he's the individual character, and Eggman just rebuilds him over and over again. So, my main question is, does Metal Sonic, like, remember everything that's happened to him? Or is it, like, different models going through different things? Or is it different models that keep getting updated with the same memory? Like in Detroit Become Human. Damn it, now I want to see a mod of Detroit where someone has modded Metal Sonic over one of the androids. Okay, Sonic 1 I was just bad at. This one I don't even know what to do. Like seriously, what is the point of the past and future things? I do not understand. Alright, can I like read the manual to CD or something? Classic mode, boss rush, no. Where's the museum or whatever it is? Wait, isn't there a manual somewhere? I want to read the manual to CD. Because I genuinely do not know, like, how the time travel thing works, and I'm concerned that I'm doing something wrong. I'm not seeing anything about the gameplay of CD. As a Sonic series spin-off. Sonic CD is a spin-off? I thought it was a part of the main series, right? I mean, yeah, it's canon, but I assumed it was part of the main thing. What does this say? At the time, Amy was affectionately known as Rosie the Rascal in Japan and Princess Sally in the US. Isn't Princess Sally the character from the Saturday morning cartoon, and by association, the Archie comics? That... She and Amy are not meant to be the same character, right? Is this telling me that Sally Acorn and Amy Rose are the same character? That cannot be right. That... I want to say that that's some kind of translation error, but the fact that they're acknowledging that in this modern manual of the collection makes me think that that was like an official canon thing back in the 90s. What? Okay, here we go. Time warp. Past the time warp sign and a past or future icon will be displayed at the lower left of the screen. Run at full speed to travel through time. Destroying Dr. Eggman's machines in the past will remove them from the future. That doesn't really answer my question, though. So, I have to go to the past? Can I clear the stages without going to the past? Or is it like a required thing? And why is the future even an option when I have to go to the past? What? Interesting. Can you play Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles separately in the Sonic Origins collection? Or is Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, the full lock-on, like, both of them combined thing? Is that the only way to play it in Sonic Origins? Amy is only available as downloadable content. Why would you include that in the in-game manual? Just to taunt people who didn't get the Plus edition? Alright, I guess I'm going back to story mode of CD. Again, I really don't know what I need to do. I guess I'll just, okay, I'll stop complaining. I will do my best to deliberately try and go to the past of each level and see if that, like, gives me a certain ending. I'm not sure if it's even required, but I'm just doing what I think I have to do. Here's a random idea. I would love to see a remake of CD that either completely centers around or at least just features Silver, because Silver's entire gimmick is that he's from the future, and this is like the only other game in the franchise besides 06 and Rivals that has anything to do with time travel, I believe. And Silver came out like 20 years after this game came out, so remaking it to feature Silver would be very interesting. Like, in one of the levels, in one of the levels where Sonic travels to the future, he also bumps into Silver, and it's like the same scenario as Knuckles in Sonic 3, and like Silver blames Sonic for what's happening, and he thinks all of Eggman's wrongdoing is because of Sonic, and he tries to beat him up. Which I just realized is what he does in 06 as well. And Rivals! I just realized that this is the only Sonic game to feature a past, I believe, in time travel. Well, like I just said, they've done the future multiple times with 06 and both of the Rivals games, and this one too. They haven't really done the past in anything. I cut it out of the Sonic Racing Crossworlds video, but I commented during the dinosaur part of the track in Crossworlds that Sonic needs to tackle the past more as a concept, and how they could make a game where Silver, like, fights dinosaurs or something. Again, even more reason to remake this game with Silver. Why is the music playing? Why is that music playing? God, I can't help but think of, like, Sonic horror games. I am soft-locked. I can't go right, I can't go up. How do we get out of here? Oh, this way, I understand. Wait, this is pinball. What? What do I do here? I'm just playing pinball. In a very difficult to navigate board, by the way. They made an entire game for this, Sonic Spinball. Why am I doing it here? Can I get out of here, please? Get me the hell out of here. And why is that music playing? I hate it so much. Why? It's so terrifying. And why is there evil laughter in the background of the track? It's so perfectly horrifying. Yeah, that. Oh my god, that took forever. Okay, I think I get it. So I have to destroy those things in the past levels. But then why are the future or present levels even an option? Is it just so that you, like, have the possibility to skip it and, like, have an alternate bad ending or something? Oh dear god, it's Labyrinth Zone. Oh dear god, not Labyrinth Zone. Oh, wait, never mind. Forgive me, I kept saying that this is the only game to tackle the past as a concept with time travel. I completely forgot that Generations existed. Like, the entire point of that game is going through Sonic's past. Oh, there's no drowning theme in CD. Interesting. Oh, thank God. Oh. Oh. Okay. I was going to say that I had, like, years of practice for this one from playing Mania's Chaos Emerald stages, but then I realized that this is probably very different from Mania's special stages. Oh, this is very stressful. Wait, the water doesn't kill you? Okay, good to know. Wait, I'm being timed? Oh no, I'm being timed. Where are the last two? There they are. Crap. Last one, last one. Kill it. Yes. Okay, that is infinitely better than the Sonic 1 special stages. Jesus Christ. And like I said, it is different, but I have a lot of experience with that one, with how similar Mania's Chaos Emerald stages are. Why do the Time Stones look identical to the Chaos Emeralds? Also, why have the Time Stones never been relevant after this game? When they've released, like, Generations, Rivals, Rivals 2, and 06, 4 other games that heavily center around time travel? And not counting the Time Eater, I don't think it's ever explained how anyone time travels in 06 or Rivals. Well, that's wrong. They use the Chaos Emeralds in 06, but that just felt so random. Like, my point is, they should have brought the Time Stones back. And yes, they acknowledged the Time Stones' existence in Shadow Generations, or rather, the remaster of Sonic Generations. But, like, it's a remake of the original, so technically they don't acknowledge them in Generations. What is this music? I love it, but it seems so unfitting for a Sonic game. Oh my god, is every boss going to use this theme? Oh god, no. Wait, I'm running out of air. Where are the bubbles? Oh, I'm so stupid, hold on. Yeah, that makes more sense, okay. I love how Sonic is just, like, huffing Eggman's protection. My god, this music, what? I was unaware that CD had this good of a soundtrack. Wait, is this the Japanese one or the American one? I bet they're both good. But, like, that's like an actual guitar. I was not expecting an actual instrument in, like, this 16-bit game. This entire video is just gonna be me not understanding this game. Like, do I go to the past or the future? Is there more than one Metal Sonic? Why is Amy here at all? Why does Metal Sonic want to kidnap Amy? Etc. This music rocks, by the way, if I didn't say that already. Oh my god, Sonic just had like actual spikes in his spine. More than he does usually. I can't read that font. I don't know what any of these zones are called. I think that said Quartz Quadrant, but I have no idea. Wacky Workbench? What are these zones, by the way? Like, at least Sonic 1 looked like actual locations. These just seem like abstract art. And I am very okay with that. I really enjoy the art direction in this game. Oh, what the hell? What was that meant to be? A roller coaster? I saw an iron, like for clothes, on a rail. What was that meant to be? Oh! I was not expecting ice from that animation. It looked like fire or electricity. And I have no rings. Perfect. What? What do I do here at all? What do I do here? What? Okay, so if you stand on the blocks, you get crushed, and if you don't, you get zapped to death. It's like that boss is unbeatable. What the hell do I do? You can't stand on the blocks, you can't stand on the ground, and you can't hit Eggman. What? What the hell? I may actually look up a guide for this one, because I have no idea. What do I do? Oh, okay. I can't move. Okay. I have no idea how I beat that. It took away my ability to move, and Eggman was dead. Alright. Is Sonic's running tied to, like, Eggman's heart or something? Like, every time Sonic takes a step, Eggman's heart beats or something? And, like, when Sonic stops moving, Eggman just drops dead. I'm noticing that these CD levels are a lot shorter than the, Sonic 1 acts. I wonder if it's the same length and it's just easier compared to Sonic 1, or if they are in fact shorter. This place is a maze. Where do I go? Everything sends me in a random direction. What the hell? Why is there a giant Robotnik mech? What? Well, the vibe around here has completely changed. Ooh! I was unaware that the glowing red thing was in Sonic's CD. I thought that was introduced in Mania. So is the red meant to be his super form? They've never really established what him turning red does. It's not really acknowledged in the modern games. Is it meant to be Metal Sonic Kai from Knuckles Chaotix? Oh. Wait, was that the end of Metal Sonic? He just shattered. Okay. I haven't died nearly as much in this as I did in Sonic 1. I'm actually, like, speeding through— okay, never mind. Did they seriously advertise Metal Sonic as being, like, the mascot of CD or something? Like, he's on the box art and everything. And it's like, oh, this is the game where he made his debut. Because, like, he's on the cover in Origins as well. The title art of Origins, I mean. But, like, he does nothing in this game. He kidnaps Amy, races Sonic in Stardust Speedway, and then dies. I'm honestly surprised that he stuck around as one of the main characters of the franchise. Because Mecha Sonic, like, just ceased to exist outside of the comic books after Sonic 2, I believe? No, wait. Mecha Sonic Mark II came after this. Wait, didn't Mark 1 come after this as well? Wait, they did Metal Sonic, and then after that came Sonic 2, which I believe was Mecha Sonic Mark 1, the silver one, I believe. And then Mecha Sonic Mark 2 with Sonic 3. So Metal Sonic was the first one. And they, I guess, brought him back? Why did Eggman bring him back? Is Sonic 4 canon? Because I know Eggman revives Metal in Sonic 4. Is that canon? I didn't think it was. Chibi Sonic was in this game too? I could have sworn that debuted in Mania. Interesting. Going back to the they brought back Metal after Mecha Sonic thing. Are there multiple Metal Sonics? Is Metal Sonic an individual person, or is he just like a bunch of robots that have the same design? Because wait, when did we see Metal again after CD? He was unlockable as a skin in Adventure, but I don't think that counts. He wasn't in Adventure 2, and then we saw him again as Neo Metal Sonic in Heroes. And then he just started basically appearing ever since in most of the games. He hasn't appeared in that many of the 3D ones, actually. Actually, hold on. I thought Metal was one of, like... I could have sworn that Metal was one of the main characters of the franchise. He appeared in CD. He didn't appear in 2 or 3, because they went with Mecha Sonic instead. He was an unlockable skin in Adventure, but that was more of an Easter egg. Then he made like a big comeback as Neo Metal in Heroes, which I'm not sure if that's a separate character or if Eggman rebuilt Metal after CD. Then what came after Heroes? Shadow? I don't think Metal Sonic was in Shadow. He wasn't in 06. What came next? Unleashed? He wasn't in that, I don't believe. He wasn't in the OG version of Colors, I don't believe. He wasn't in the Storybook games. Imagine Metal Sonic in the Storybook games. That would have been awesome. What came after Colors? Generations? He was in Generations, but that was the Metal Sonic from CD. So technically not a new one. And then what came after Generations? My mind is blanking. The next thing that I can think of is Forces, but no, there's no way that Forces was the next game after Generations. All right, let's just say that Forces was the next game. Metal Sonic. Oh my god, Metal Sonic wasn't in Forces. Because think about it, Chaos, Zavik, Metal Sonic, and Shadow were all the Phantom Ruby. So Metal Sonic technically wasn't in that game. And then he was in Mania. And then he wasn't in Superstars. And then he wasn't in Frontiers. Oh my god, has Metal Sonic only appeared in 2 games, technically? If you don't count Generations or Mania, because they're both the Metal Sonic from CD, then technically Metal Sonic only appears in CD and Heroes. And technically, you could not count Heroes as well, because technically the argument is that's Neo Metal and not Metal. Has Metal only appeared in CD? What the hell? That makes no sense. What? I could have sworn that Metal Sonic was like one of the main staples of the Sonic franchise, like Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. He's only appeared in CD, Generations, Heroes, and Mania. And if you don't count repeats, it's just Heroes and CD. What on earth? That's actually quite disappointing. Metal Sonic is like my favorite character. He has a badass design, and he has an inferiority complex. This is actually kind of upsetting me. Can someone please correct me if I'm wrong? Like, I'm pretty sure there's like multiple games between Generations and Forces. I'm not counting spin-offs. I know he appears in multiple spin-offs. Like, in terms of the main series games, does Metal appear in anything besides CD, Heroes, Mania, Generations, and the racing games? And again, I'm not counting Generations and Mania. What the hell? That is so upsetting. Wow. They need to feature Metal in more stuff. Metal Sonic needs his own game. That's what they need to do. People say that Silver needs his own game, and he does. But out of all the characters, Metal needs his own game. And Amy. And Silver. And Shadow could use a few more games as well. And a Jet game would be pretty cool. And we really need a Blaze the Cat game that takes place entirely in her dimension. My point being, they need to focus more on the side characters. An Eggman game would be pretty cool. What the hell? What? Did I just clip through the fucking floor? Was that meant to happen? I don't think that's meant to happen. Yeah, I can't make that happen again. Okay. Oh my god, what is this? I'm so confused. What do I do here? Is Sonic CD, like, a lot shorter than Sonic 1? I feel like I spent half the time I did on, Sorry, I like, lost my train of thought. I took, like, twice as long to beat Sonic 1. Oh yeah, Metal Sonic. Metal did nothing in this game. You know what? I'm not even counting this game as a Metal appearance. Meaning, Metal's only real appearance was in Heroes. See you next game with Tails. Wait, is that... Huh, interesting, okay. Okay, we're in Sonic 2 now. That is for next video. Wait, so is that meant to be Sonic and Tails' origin story? I've never been fully familiar with how they became friends. So Tails is being bullied for his, I guess, genetic deformity of having two tails. Sonic saves him, and then Tails just decided to follow him for the rest of his life? Like, I read on the wiki, the fandom wiki, that it was something like, oh, he was, like, he respected Sonic's, act of heroism and wanted to help people as well, so he joined Sonic on his adventures or something, but I feel like that was really just Sonic helped him out, like, once, and then he just, like, devoted his life to being Sonic's follower. And yes, I know he becomes more of his own character in the later games, but, like, with that, I really don't get why they're friends. My point is, I feel like Sonic would have told him to go home. And instead he just let Tails follow him, which seems like an irresponsible move on Sonic's part, is letting this kid follow you around. And also, did Tails not live somewhere before he met Sonic? This has always confused me. He's always with Sonic, and Sonic is basically homeless, right? Tails was living here, right? Did he just, like, run away from home when he met Sonic? There are so many things about that confuse me. And I'm not even gonna get to how him spinning his tails around infinitely just does not make biological sense. Also, I found that teaser so interesting. See you next game with Tails. Was that a part of the original CD? Or did they introduce that as a part of the Sonic Origins collection? Because if so, does that make CD Tails' first official appearance? Also, I bet that teaser made no sense for people back in the 90s, because you wouldn't have known who Tails was at that point. How odd. So here's... I know I should probably talk about this in the Sonic 2 video instead of this one, but here's my theory on how Tails can fly infinitely. In Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, that old 90s cartoon, we see Tails wind up his two tails, and then the act of the tails unraveling violently is what makes him airborne. So I've always interpreted his flight as just... How do I phrase this? I've always interpreted Tails' powers as he can spin his tails as fast as Sonic can run. That's how I interpret that. And how I interpret his ability of flight is, his tails do in fact get wound up like they would normally with, like a biological person in midair, but then as soon as they get wound up, he unwinds them again in the opposite direction. But he does that so fast that you don't see it. And then he just does that over and over again, winding them up, they get spun up, and then he unwinds them in the opposite direction. And then he does that so fast that he stays airborne. That's how I've always interpreted his flight. I doubt they'll ever explain how he does it, but that's my interpretation. What? An echidna entrusted with protecting the Master Emerald, he takes his job very seriously. He is a famous treasure hunter. I don't recall anything ever acknowledging his treasure hunting. Like, I think the adventure games sort of touch on that, but I think that's more just him looking for the Master Emerald, which is his job, more than treasure hunting as a hobby. I'm pretty sure the only place that we've actually heard that Knuckles is a treasure hunter is the OVA. What? His goal is to defeat Sonic, but deep down he seemed to feel a kinship with the Hedgehog. Interesting. Wait, what? Metal Sonic is also capable of instantaneous speeds greater than Sonic's. Is that canon confirmation that Metal is faster than Sonic? Yeah, this is what I mean. The box art for CD shows off Metal Sonic. Not what I meant to do. It shows off Metal in like almost every box art for Sonic CD. Metal does nothing in this game. They're setting it up like he was the Eggman of this game, but no. Oh, this is where the manuals were. They were attached to the box arts. I see. Yeah, okay, here we go. That's what I was looking for in the beginning. That makes more sense. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. make sure to subscribe, make sure to get a hug today, and make sure to stay tuned for more Sonic the Hedgehog, because I am definitely enjoying playing through Origins. Especially since CD seemed shockingly easy compared to Sonic 1. I don't know what that was about. If 2 and 3 are that easy, then I should have a lot of fun playing through them. And if they're as hard as Sonic 1, then it'll still be enjoyable, but it'll definitely be more of a challenge. Once again, make sure to get a hug today. Bye bye bye.